Hello. I finished Mad Men last night. Um, it didn't take as long as I thought it would. I mean, there are 13 episodes per season, except for the last season was 14, and there's 7 seasons. But I started this last weekend, and I'm done already. So, yeah, so it went by really, really fast. And it's not a new favorite show. It's not one like a lot of shows I watch. I look for um, fan videos, or I get attached to characters, or I get obsessed with certain things of the show, and that didn't happen on the show. The only couple I loved was Joan and Roger, and I really wish they could have gotten together in the end because they made so much sense to me. Um, and I love Roger Sterling. I mean, not all of him because he's racist as hell a lot of the time, but how he treated Joan was amazing. Like, out of all the men, I think he treated her more utmost like a human being, as well as Dawn. Um, but like Dawn, I don't like Dawn. No, 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 I don't like him. But Roger treated Joan like a person, like an equal, with respect, with dignity, with like he respected her so much, and a lot of men didn't, and he respected her um, choices and everything. Like he was just amazing, and no, not amazing, but I liked him and Joan together. I think that was a beautiful relationship. Um, I appreciate the fact that so many of the women in this show didn't actually like being a mother. And I think some people would look at that and be like all judgy about it. And of course, like Betty treated Sally and her kids not like awful most of the time, but at the same time, it's like I understand that a little. Like they had kids because they were supposed to, not because they wanted to. So um, I just found it interesting, like how they viewed motherhood, especially in the 1950s, and it's interest around that time. It's just really interesting that they portrayed motherhood the way that they did because maybe I wasn't paying that much attention, but most of the mothers really didn't seem very happy, and we felt like they didn't really like their children too much, and I feel like that's just probably the realistic view of a lot of mothers back in the day, because again, it was expected of them to have kids. So, I mean, if they didn't want kids, they didn't have the option of not having them if they could have them. So, um, it's just really interesting. And of course, I feel for the kids that like were raised with parents who didn't actually want them, or like didn't really like them or love them as they should have been loved. But it's just I like that look into it, the shocking look into like mothers who don't actually want their kids, and um, how that affects people, and it's just really interesting. Um, Joan got raped by her fiance, and then she married him, and that pissed me off. Um, and then they kind of tried to redeem him in some way, and I'm like, he's not a good person. Um, I love that Joan had a baby with Roger. That was really good. I loved that a lot. Betty was a lot. I didn't really hate her though. I mean, there are people who don't like her. I don't like a lot of the decisions that she made throughout the series, but I don't hate her. I just think she was um, very complex, and I appreciate that. Like, woman characters usually just are soft, and um, but I don't like, or they can't be hard to deal with, or people don't like them. But a man like Don can be a dick, and everyone likes him. So, um, people like him. Not everybody, but I'm sure a lot of people like him, and he's a dick most of the time. So, um, Betty, I appreciate her. I appreciate her so much. It was good to have like a female villain kind of character, and she did a great job. January Jones did a good job at playing her, and I think she was really well written and handled. And I appreciate Betty. I do. Um, Don, cannot stand him. He drove me insane. I didn't like him. Peggy, she's my favorite character in the whole series. I love Peggy. She was badass. She was strong. She worked her way up to the top. She was just like amazing. Pete, didn't really like him. He was like up and down with me a lot, but I don't know. I think he like in the middle. Like, don't like him, don't hate him, but he did get on my nerves a lot. Um, I loved Ken, and I love Stan. I think I watched the whole series and I don't remember his name. Stan, the one who ended up with Peggy in the end. I liked him a lot. Um, and it was funny because I almost forgot to mention this, but there were characters from Desperate Housewives on, well, actors from Desperate Housewives on this show, and it just made me. I thought it was like, it amused me a lot because I was like, oh my god, because the actor who played Lee is in it. The actor who played Paul Young is in it. The actress that Paul Young murdered is in it. I don't remember her name, but she played Joan's mother. Um, and then um, the actor who played Victor on Desperate Housewives played Roger in this show. So it's just like interesting because I was like, they're playing these different people, but like, and then like some of the characters like Paul Young and Victor, you know, the new characters on the show, Roger and Duck. They had a lot of scenes together, and then Lee had scenes with um, Roger as well. So like it was like interesting to see them working together again in this whole new setting. And again, the actress, the woman that Paul Young murdered in the show, Desperate Housewives, she played Joan's mother, and she was just as annoying as Joan's mother as she was on Desperate Housewives as the woman that what was murdered by him. So I was like, that's crazy. Um, so that was a lot of fun, and then it also had. I've never seen One Tree Hill, but the actor who plays Nathan and Lucas's father, he was in it as well. Um, then toward the end, so it was just like interesting to see like people that I know from other things and be like, oh, I know you. But it was like a Desperate Housewives reunion on there because a lot of the characters were from that show, so it's just funny. Um, I had also had Danny Strong. Oh, yeah, Danny Strong, um, who played Doyle on Gilmore Girls, and then Alexis Bledel was on it as well. And she is married to the actor who played Pete, and they met during this filming of Mad Men, and now they have a child together. So I also had Alison Brie from Community, and I've seen Community, so that was fun. It was fun to see her in a new role. Um, um, Yes. So that is all. Those are my thoughts. Again, it wasn't a bad experience at all. Like I thought it was done really well, but it just not a favorite show of mine. It's not one new favorite or anything. So, um, yeah, that is all. Goodbye.